The battlefield was already dead. Bodies lay scattered across the valley, frozen in expressions of terror, their souls torn apart long before their flesh followed. The air was thick with cursed energy, ancient, malicious, suffocating. Even the wind refused to pass through. At the center of it all stood Ryomen Sukuna, 4 eyes open, a cruel smile carved across his face. "This era," Sukuna muttered, licking the blood from his fingers, "is disappointingly fragile." He felt it then, not fear, not cursed energy, something heavier. The sky darkened, not with clouds, but with intent. The ground trembled as if remembering an older war, one fought long before curses learned to scream. Sukuna turned. A man stood at the edge of the valley, crimson armor resting over his body like a memory of endless battle. Long black hair flowed behind him, unmoved by the cursed storm. His eyes, red, sharp, ancient, glowed with a power that did not belong to this world. No cursed energy, no technique Sukuna recognized, yet every instinct screamed one word: danger. "Well now," Sukuna said, amused. "Another insect wandered into my domain?" The man didn't answer. He simply stared through Sukuna past him, like a god examining a failed creation. "This world," the man finally said, his voice calm and absolute, "is drowning in meaningless conflict." Sukuna laughed, a deep echoing sound that cracked the ground beneath his feet. "You talk too much for someone who still breathes." The man's red eyes narrowed slightly. "Ryomen Sukuna," he said, "king of curses, a relic that refuses to stay buried." Sukuna's smile widened. "Oh?" He spread his arms. "And you are?" "Uchiha Madara." The name carried weight, not power, but history. War, endless slaughter sharpened into purpose. The valley reacted. The cursed energy around Sukuna twisted violently, while the very atmosphere bent toward Madara, as if reality itself recognized him. Sukuna felt it then. This man wasn't strong because of technique. He was strong because the world had failed to kill him. "How amusing," Sukuna said, flexing his fingers. Black markings pulsed along his skin. "You stand before me without fear, without power I can taste, and yet you still exist." Madara took a step forward. The ground cracked, not from force, but from authority. "I have fought gods," Madara said calmly, "and I have watched them bleed." Sukuna's laughter faded. 4 eyes locked onto Madara, calculating, not how to kill him, but whether killing him was possible. The silence between them grew heavy, layered with centuries of violence, conquest, and unfulfilled ambition. Far above, the clouds began to spiral. Something ancient stirred within Sukuna's soul, something that hadn't awakened in 1,000 years. Excitement. At the same time, Madara's Sharingan spun slowly, analyzing a creature born not of chakra but of pure malice. 2 monsters from different worlds, from different laws, now standing on the same battlefield. And somewhere beyond the horizon, fate hesitated. Because when kings of destruction meet, the world does not choose sides. It prepares to be rewritten. The sky finally broke. Cursed energy and chakra collided, tearing the battlefield apart as both kings abandoned restraint. Sukuna's markings burned like living flames across his body, his laughter echoing as the ground melted beneath his feet. "Good," Sukuna growled. "Show me everything." He raised his hands. "Ling yu jankai, fumo yu chuzi, ryoiki tenkai, fukuma mizushi." The world became an altar of slaughter. Invisible slashes carved the land endlessly, slicing through earth, air, and space itself. Mountains were reduced to dust. Nothing inside the domain was spared judgment. Madara did not retreat, his eyes sharpened. Shuzo Nunghu. Susanoo, a colossal armored god, rose around him, blades forming from pure will. The slashes struck endlessly, cutting, tearing, erasing, but Madara stood unmoved, his chakra flaring like an unending storm. Then, the battlefield multiplied. 1 Madara became 10. 10 became 100. Inhunshin no Sur, Kagebunshin no Jutsu. Sukuna's eyes widened with delight. "Yes," he hissed, "more." He unleashed everything, cleave, dismantle, fire that scorched the heavens. Clone after clone was erased, bodies torn apart in endless cycles of destruction. The fight stretched on, minutes turning to hours as Sukuna slaughtered Madara again and again, his domain roaring with divine cruelty. But something was wrong. The cursed energy began to thin. Sukuna felt it, fatigue. His grin faltered as his breathing grew heavier. His domain flickered, still deadly but no longer absolute. "Persistent insect," Sukuna snarled. Behind him, a hand rested on his shoulder. Sukuna froze, too late. The Madara behind him was calm. Untouched, unwounded, the real one. Lunmu Bienyu, Rinbo Hengoku. Invisible shadows struck from a world Sukuna could not perceive, smashing him into the ground, shattering his stance, rupturing his cursed flow. Sukuna roared, turning, only to see his domain collapse around him. Madara looked down at him, eyes cold, unwavering. You relied on overwhelming power, Madara said. I relied on time. He raised his hand. Flames consumed the battlefield, but this was mercy compared to what followed. Madara stepped forward. One final strike, not rushed, not cruel, decisive. The King of Curses lay still, his laughter finally silenced. The wind returned, the world breathed again. Madara turned away from the ruins, his armor fading as he walked toward a horizon that had survived him. Barely. Winner? Uchiha Madara. Subscribe to our channel for more anime fight lore.